Muted myself to start. Brilliant. Love it. Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel on this quite drafty, quite cold and cool Southwest Sydney Wednesday. And it's a great day. It's a great day to be an Inter fan because we've got the 3 points against Benfica, and there's actually a fair bit to talk about. So I'm actually looking forward to doing this one. Let's see who's in the chat so far. We've got 13 people here, so big shout out to everyone that's coming through. Like the video, subscribe if you are new, of course. Let me just see what I can put as a banner down here. I get very, very lazy, you know what I mean? I come on here and I do all this housekeeping stuff when I should have done it beforehand. Beautiful. All right. What's going up, Toddy? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. I wrapped it up, mate. Great game. Yes, we did, definitely. Franco is here. Bro, I know I've never been on the channel, but maybe it's time if you put the link. 100%, bro. Always welcome people. Now I've got one of the other channel members in the house as well. Drop the link in the description. And there you are, my friends. There you are. Come on in whenever you want. You don't have to come in now. I'm just going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb as well. Franco's a good one. All right. 17 people here right now. This is fantastic. So make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new. I haven't even done anything yet. It's been an absolute snooze fest for 3 minutes. Ciao, Anthony. Good to see you again, brother. Hashraf is back. Lautaro was in Argentina mode today. It was unbelievable. If I'm guessing you're trying to say I'm glad we won. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight after all those misses. Look, I don't think Lautaro was bad today. I said it in my initial couple of reactions. I actually thought he was quite good. A little bit unlucky. Probably shouldn't have hit the post, especially on the last chance where he goes near side to the goalkeeper, to Trubin, who was in God mode today himself. Hello from Philadelphia. How you going, Boca? Good to see you. Ciao to Philadelphia. What a great performance by Pavard. Yeah, I've got a couple of slides just dedicated to him as well because he was absolutely electric, wasn't he? Wasn't he phenomenal? Wasn't he just world class? I've completely forgotten about the player that he has replaced. Completely forgotten. Ciao, Matteo. Great second half. Sommer looking like a better choice than Onana at the moment. I've got something on him as well. Both, actually. Nice to see Thuram come through when Toro didn't have it today. Absolutely, man. Very, very good stuff from Thuram today. Been a while. Yes, indeed, it has, my friend Jono. I hope you're doing very, very well. I hope you're not working too hard. 27 points out of 30 is incoming. That's my brother, Ozzy. That is my guy. He's definitely the best. He actually is the best. He actually is, bro. So 27 out of 30 would mean that we would need to beat Bologna, and we would need to beat Torino, and we would need to beat Roma. Is that right? Are those our ones coming? No live watch-alongs this season for Champions League. I might be able to do them, but they're early. Mo's doing work on another channel. Big up to Mo. He's doing very well. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, Footy Judge Mo. Franco's in the house as well, which is absolutely awesome. Let's bring him in for the first time. Channel member Franco making his Inter Worldwide debut. How you going, brother?
Hey bro, interesting. Well, we are very happy today because we have a great win on Champions League. And yeah, we really make a great show in the second half. Sadly, we can score like we want. We should score like 5, 6 goals, Lautaro especially. But whatever, in Champions League, the most important thing are get 3 points, and we get it. So
Exactly.
we're happy celebrating.
Exactly. Thank you for your support on the channel, brother. I really appreciate it. Who else do you think performed very well today, and how do you think this shapes the boys up for Bologna, which is now turning into a massive 3 points if we want to keep the consistency going into the international break?
Yeah, I'm going to start with the second part of the question. I am kind of concerned about the next game, to be honest, because after these huge performances from the team, usually there is a drop off in the league. That's very, very usual. I know that this Inzaghi team has grown up. It's a more mature team, but still, we have seen it against against Empoli. We have seen it against Sassuolo. And I think that the guys gave it all today. They gave it all. Like they were like almost dry by the 80 minutes. Like
Yeah,
Hakan, Di Marco,
yeah.
Dumfries.
You could see it. You
They
could
were
definitely
very,
see it
very
in that
tired.
game. Yeah.
And I hope heavy rotations for the Bologna game, but I don't know if we can manage the pressure. But I hope that because we are playing at home, we can get the 3 points maybe in a upward and very, very close, tight win, 2-1 or 1-0, 3-2. I don't know. But I'm kind of concerned about that. And also the first question about the players. Oh my God, Pavard is amazing, bro. Like I don't miss nothing screener, nothing at all. Like I know that Pavard was a very good player going forward, like an attacking left center back or right center back, like a Stony kind of. But I never expect that defending abilities like a proper center back. And I realize that, and I'm very, very happy that we signed this guy. The guys will solidify our defense for the next years. And I also think we are not going to sell him very, very soon because we paid for him. You know,
Yep.
Marotta thing, he sell always the free transfers. The guys that are like pure plus. That's why I'm worried about Turan. That's maybe the best target. Turan can skyrocket his price like around 60, 70 million
Definitely.
or maybe 50.
Yep.
And it's a pure potential like Onana. But I think Pavard will stay maybe for 1 or 2 seasons more at least. So
I've
I'm happy with that.
I've already made a note to start doing the get ready for the Turam transfers video after January this year, because all it's going to take is for him to keep this form up right now. And in this modern economy and in this modern day, it'll be 60 minimum for an attacker like him with his last name, pedigree, strength. He keeps this up this year. We're going to have to do the whole transfer dance again next season. But we've got plenty of time to talk about all that, man. What else did you want to talk about while I've got you here, bro? I love having guests on and giving you guys the floor. I know you talked a little bit about your concern for Bologna. Maybe did you watch the whole game today?
Yes, I watched very close the first half. That it was okay. It was not a great performance, but it was okay. But in the second half, I was like 50-50 because I was in a job working, but I kind of followed the main plays, and I saw all the misses that were. There was a time frame of about 15 minutes or 20 minutes that was crazy. Like, I don't know, maybe around minute 55 and minute 70, 75, that we were like all around, all guns blazing, smashing the Benfica defense, and Trubin was wow. I was sure that he could be one of the best signings when we were after him, and I confirmed that today. He's an amazing goalkeeper, and he will be the future. I don't know if we are going for him after this because his price will be so much. Wow, wow.
Well, Benfica will not sell him for less than a certain amount now because they agreed to that stupid 50% sell-on clause with Shakhtar Donetsk. So, unfortunately for them to make anything even worthwhile on this Trubin deal, they'll probably sell for 60, 70 million once the rest of the world catches on that he is world class, which he is going to be, because today he was just unbelievable, to be honest. He was really good. I'll give him a 9 out of 10 performance today.
But guess what? Maybe he will replace Onana in Manchester United, and Onana will come back to us.
Bro, that's
I can see
more
that
likely
happening.
than us signing Trubin, bro. Funny you say that because I got a slide on him as well. Screw doing the player ratings right now. We'll jump right into it. He is having a horrible time. Horrible time. You know how easy it is to find HD images of Manchester United, man? They're just oozing everywhere. He is having a horrible time, bro. And I didn't know whether to, poetically be happy about it, because I do barrack for Manchester United in England, but at the same time, Icardi steps up and misses a penalty and then chips Onana. I'm just watching it, shaking my head this morning. I'm like, this is just a bad TV show, bro. This is a really bad comedy. Like, it's just real. I don't know what's going on in football, man. This isn't real. This isn't real to me.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera, you know, a
Yeah.
bad soap opera.
But
But
yeah,
really,
actually,
I
I wanted to
know
ask.
that,
I wanted to ask your
yes,
opinion because I spoke with Bruno over the phone this morning, friend of the channel, and you know Onana was used to playing behind the same defenders almost week in, week out in a trustworthy system where everything worked like clockwork. I'm not too sure Manchester United have put the same back four in front of Onana more than twice this season. It seems like it's an easy scapegoat for him because he's the one that has to pick the ball out of the net. But I've watched Manchester United in almost 80% of their games this season. And I've got to tell you what, man, there's no goalkeeper in the world that can save the other 10 men on the pitch.
yeah, I think the Onana drop off has multiple reasons, like psychological reasons, tactical reasons. I don't know, because today the ball that he gave to Cardi, well, to Casemiro, but pass.
Yeah.
His best strength is the foot game, the game with his foot. And why he did that, like it's not like just, I think his mind is gone, like he's not comfortable at all. I think he still misses him there. I think he still miss uh, our defenders, he still miss our coach, he still miss our background stuff, the fans, the San Siro,
Of
and his
course.
mind is on Milan, not in Manchester. And I think that's the main reason of another part. There's also the explanation about the defender, the rotation, I don't know, Maguire and Shaw that are poor defenders. Varane is not in their form. Dalot is awful. But I still think that the main explanation to the drop off is here. Here and here.
Fair
In this
enough.
batch.
Of
In
course.
this batch.
That's it. I'm going to go to the comments and then we'll go to the player ratings for today as well and discuss that. Who is better, Skriniar or Pavard? I think Franco had a good explanation before where, Pavard brings a little bit more in his Arsenal, mate. He's just the experience and the level-headedness that he has. I personally love seeing the way he celebrates at the end of every game that we get 3 points. You can tell that this guy just wants to win. He loves to win. Mateo says if we can make it far in the UCL, we shouldn't have to sell Thuram, especially with the new sponsors actually paying. That's correct. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a very developmental season for Inter on and off the pitch. We don't really know we're still very much in limbo at the moment. But as long as things are working
But
on the
Qatar Airways is massive. Qatar
yeah,
Airways is massive. I think
yeah.
if we can have them here, that's maybe 40, 50 mil at
I
least.
was about to say, surely it has to be the closest shirt sponsor to the Jeep Cristiano Ronaldo one, because that was about 50 million, I'm sure, 55 million, just for the one name on the front of the jersey.
Now we are by far the sexiest team in Italy, by far. Like people are really praising our kind of game. Like Inzaghi ball is appreciated. Maybe some prem cards not, but the rest of the world that can see football appreciate it.
Qatar Airways, this is something I didn't write down to talk about. It would be huge to get them as the front shirt sponsor. It would mean that we are knee deep in the Arab game, and they're looking at us as the major asset in the country. I truly believe that Inter is being looked at as the major asset in the Italian league at the moment, not necessarily on paper because we've got the largest debt, but appeal and attraction wise, we're right there. We're right there. I hope it all works out well off the pitch, Franco.
I think that I don't know if this is copium or not, but I think that we are a second star and a deep run in the Champions League around semifinals to not have to sacrifice a main player of Inter in the next summer.
But
It's not easy. It's not easy, but
oh my goodness, you're asking to shift the planets here, man. You got to be champion and to get to the semi-final. I can get why people are frustrated. It shouldn't be like that all the time. But what I will say is that I think that we're getting towards the back end of this Suning drama. I think that a majority shareholder or a sale, it has to be coming soon.
But bro, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. Like this team can do it. I'm full of that the maturity and Inzaghi and how they feel that I know that the 11 or the 25 players in this that are playing with us now really feel the responsibility.
Yeah.
And they have the technical and tactical ability to do it. So yeah, it's not easy at all. It's very congested. It's very hard. We are one injury away to drop off, but I still think that we can do it.
I think that we've definitely got a cohesive squad still. People are really, really happy to be there. And if it does come down to InvestCorp and Qatar Airways next season, I think that we're out of it. We're completely out of the financial difficulties. We'll be a complete asset. And yeah, it's looking, I feel as though we're really out of the trenches and the really, really dark spots of the cave that we were in before. And we've still managed to collect trophies, make the UCL run. And we've managed to maintain our stature along the way. So I'm pretty confident. I want to start getting into today's player ratings. Otherwise, I'll never get off here. So Sommer had a great game, just over a 7. This is for Who Scored, by the way, the website. De Vrij, Bastoni, and Pavard, you can see their defensive ratings up on the screen. Dimarco, Barella, Mkhitaryan, Chananolu, and Dumfries, you can see their ratings up on the screen there as well. I think I agree with majority of them, man. Who Scored tends to mark pretty hard. I think they might have overmarked. Well, then again, I did say in my initial match reaction that I was very impressed with Hakan and Barella. I wanted to see a game where they took that midfield by the balls, and the second half was the definition of them taking the midfield by the balls. Like, they ran that second half really, really well. Mkhitaryan just floats in between gaps and spaces that I didn't even know were there a second ago. And I can't fault Denzel Dumfries. I know his finishing is bad. I know he's always going to miss chances like he did in the first half. But Denzel Dumfries he's really a part of this jersey, man, and a part of this club, and he performs really, really well. And also, he's got the discipline. He's just a winner. He sets things to a high standard, and I'm happy if he stays. I'm happy if he's the one. I mean, we got him for 12.5 million, Franco, and he's in his 3rd season now. So technically, you sell the guy for anything over 3.5, 4 million, and he breaks even on the books. We're not even thinking about that. I reckon Marotta cashes in at the end of this season for Dumfries, and I think you're going to see an offer of about 35, 40 million, man. I think we're going to get cash. Really good one for him. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Dumfries deserve more respect from their fans, at least this season. I know last season he was like very, very clumsy. This season he maybe has a step up in his decision making, and I think that was his biggest flop in the past year. So he deserves more respect. And yes, we can get around 30 or 40 mil for him. And you know what? We can buy Hakimi for the same price
Yeah.
now, because he has only one left year, like by June 2024.
Yep.
So we can buy Hakimi for 30 mil or maybe less even.
Yep.
And that would be awesome. Like imagine I don't want to disrespect Dumfries, but real, imagine Hakimi in this team.
Oh man, that's something that's been at the back of my head this whole time. Is what is Marotta gonna do to finesse this Hakimi coming back into the side? So we'll see what happens, man. Bastoni was a little shaky at the start of the game, but grew into it very, very well. He overlaps almost better than any left-sided centre back that I've seen in Europe, and he's just such a threat, carries defenders, opens it up for the rest of the team. What I was really impressed with in the second half, Franco, was just our ability to overload majority of the time the left-hand side and just keep the Benfica defense in all sorts. And Bastoni was a big factor of that. He and Dimarco have got fantastic chemistry on that left-hand side. What do you think?
Do you know what's the difference between this second half and, I don't know, the second half against Sassuolo? The intensity and the level of concentration in the players, because there were some moments in the game that we were all in the attack, and there was like a glimpse of a counter by Benfica, but we recovered the ball, very hard recoveries like this. There was like 20 seconds and we have the ball again. Against Sassuolo or against lesser sides, we cannot recover that balls, and then we are back to our net defending in our penalty area, and then we don't concede because someone saved it or whatever, but we were back in a bad shape. Now we recover the ball so easily, and I think that's because Hakan, because Bastoni, because Pavard. Those three recovered so easy the balls when we were hit on the counter, and also Carlos Augusto in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there, man. Well said. Barella was significantly better today than he had been, as well as Hakan. And Martinez, despite not scoring today, still gets a 6.9 because of how heavily involved he was. And Marcus Thuram, man, I tell you what, he's starting to look like the complete forward. I really, really like him. I love his passion. I love his drive. I love his technical ability on the ball. He he just really does well in this side. He does well in Inzaghi's setup. I'm excited, and I hope he stays injury free, Franco.
Yes, I have a little heart attack when he sit on the pitch, and I see, oh no, if we get a Thuram injury, we are done. Hopefully, I think that was he was just tired, and that's it. But he was beautiful today. That the pass he made to Lautaro to eh, like in the ball of the penalty area, and he dribbled past like two defenders and then get the pass, and then Lautaro missed for this. That was one like world class uh, dribble striker, like kind of Vinicius or Bellingham, like the goal Bellingham make against Napoli today, like very similar. Like it was wow. Wow, yeah, like world class striker.
Yeah. How good is beating Benfica? They were confident they were going to smash us like they thought they were going to last year. I guarantee you, hard flops. I guarantee you they were nowhere near as confident today as they were last year. Last year, their confidence was unique for a club that hasn't played us in years and years and years. That level of overestimation usually humbles a fan base. So that's why I didn't get any foot traffic on my channel this time around, which I was very disappointed for because they gave me a good 4,000 views last year for that match, for that prediction. But it is what it is, man. Sometimes you just don't turn up to the party twice. But, it'll be harsh words because I guarantee you we go to Lisbon and they try and turn it into another edition of hell for us over there. That won't be easy.
It will be hard in this one. It will be hard.
Well, I'm
I draw. I'm okay. I draw, and I'm perfect. Okay, yeah.
100%. Because what we're going to do to finish off with this one is we'll have a look at the table after these comments here. People forget we've had an awful fullbacks and wingbacks in the last 10 years, Bering, Hakimi, and now DiMarco and Dumfries. Dumfries scores and assists regularly and need to be more grateful. Yeah, 100%. Man. We just know that there are upgrades that can be had to his skill set. And I'll tell you what, man, in this stage of his career, you get him into a free-flowing attacking team in England, he will absolutely dominate in there as well. Just don't ask him to do too much at the back. But defensively, he's improved a lot, Franco, as well, for us.
I think he's like a evolution of Wan-Bissaka in his prime years. When Wan-Bissaka arrived recently to Manchester United, he's kind of the same style.
Yeah.
Like very physical, good run, kind of decent defensively, but not very smart in his play and not very technical abilities. But I think he could fit very well in any. I don't know if Manchester City because they are very technical, but I can see him in Liverpool, in Chelsea, Tottenham, whatever.
Cool. Lautaro, man of the match, total disrespect to Bastoni and Pavard. I'd have to agree, man. Lautaro is the poster boy for our club, bro.
Pavard for me.
Oh, yeah.
Pavard is...
For sure. Been world-class.
No discussion. He was amazing. Like, he has been the best Inter player in the last 4 or 5 games he has played. Like, he...
Complete
always 7.5, 7.5, 8, 7.5. No flaws.
If Benfica can get their asses together and actually do something in the next game when they welcome Sociedad to Lisbon, I really think that Inter has an opportunity to virtually qualify very early from this group. And I know it's extremely early, but if we can go to Austria and do the business and come away with 3 points, and Benfica can get their heads out of their cooler and win a game against Sociedad, well, you're looking at a ladder of 7-4-3-3 on match day 3 with us on the 7 points. I know we just won this morning and this is a good ladder to look at now, but I'm already thinking about the opportunity that presents itself by going to Austria and getting 3 points. You go there.
But bro, I think the good news is we played with Salzburg at home first.
But we played at home today. Are we going to play at home again?
Yes. We're going to play at home again, then Salzburg, then Sociedad, then Benfica. This is the last game, I think.
Brilliant. Okay, even better. I think that we can virtually qualify, as I said again, at the end of the next match day, because if we are at home, we should win. Does that mean does Benfica go to Sociedad or does Sociedad go to Benfica? Do you know?
I think good question. I think Benfica go to Sociedad. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Just seems a little unfair to have the team play 2 away games in a row, but whatever.
Let's see. Here is Benfica at home against Sociedad
Okay,
on the 24th.
so I'm going to say that even though Sociedad are the slightly, it's just weird because I thought that they played each other. No, it was Salzburg that beat Benfica. Sociedad, probably being the better side in form at the moment. I can see Benfica still at least collecting
Yeah,
points.
I hope Benfica get the 3 points in that game.
Yeah, even
Then
if
we can go up 7 alone, and we're
yeah,
okay.
yeah. If we end match day 3 on 7 points, as long as Sociedad don't upset Benfica and get 3, we will be in the supreme box seat for progression. We will be 3 points away from progression, in my opinion. And I just think that, yeah, winning today, it's just settling in on me now just how important it was to get 3 points today. Because regardless, even if we didn't win today and it ended 1-1 or 0-0, I still think we would have progressed. But you really would have been prolonging it to match day 6 and making sure you're really stressed out in every other avenue. So I'm hoping that Inzaghi and his management team are looking at the fixture list, and even though not getting too ahead of themselves, identifying the point in this Champions League campaign where they can go, this is where it should finish in the group stage, so that we can focus on domestically until we return to this competition in February.
Yeah, 100%. I think the guys know that. I think the guys today show that they must win today because that was needed to make our run in the Champions League group stage this year, and we can focus more in the league. That is the main goal. We all know that the league is the main goal, so we need that peace of mind.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely want Benfica to win now, Matt. Because even if they don't, well, I guess it could make our return game against
Or
them.
a draw at least.
Yeah, I'm happy with them to just make sure that Benfica don't lose their game against Sociedad. I'm happy for Sociedad to even pick up a point if it means we can still pick up 3. We still got to do our business. I just don't see Salzburg coming to the Miazza and taking too much from us, man. But we'll cross that bridge when it gets there.
Yeah, I think we are going to smoke Salzburg. I don't know that as an Intercity we should not get that cocky, but I think that game is easy. I'm more worried about the league. I'm more worried about Bologna. I'm more worried about Torino. Uh, Roma not because you know all this story of the 50,000 whistles against against your beloved Rome.
Oh, man.
I don't think we are going to destroy Roma, but Bologna and Torino and consider that, and I think that Milan is in that kind of form that they are not going to drop points against mid or low tier teams. They are going to win everything, at least maybe with the exception of Napoli, us, and Juventus.
Yeah. Well,
So I don't like to Milan be more than 3 points ahead of us. I don't want that.
No, because I'm already getting the vibes that I got not last season, the season before, where that we just kept saying they're going to drop off, they're playing poorly, but it never came. It just never ever came, and in the end, it was us that suffered. Bologna, on the other hand, are still going to make us suffer. They smacked Empoli 3-0. I know I think it did happen. They went 0-0 like 3 games in a row. I think it was against Napoli, Verona, and Sassuolo. No, or Monza.
I think Bologna and Torino are the most dangerous mid-tier teams. I'm not counting Fiorentina there. I think Fiorentina is a little bit upper that hierarchy. But Bologna, Sassuolo, Torino, but those 3 are the banana schemes for us.
Well, it's a good shout. They're unbeaten. Bologna are unbeaten in 5 games. So I've just looked them up now. So they're unbeaten in 5 games, man. So it's not going to be easy at all. Not at all.
But I hope this kind of awkward, like 1-0 wins or 2-1. I'm really hoping for that because 3 points now are massive for us.
Of course. Obviously, watch out for Orsolini. Watch out for Fabian. Watch out for Carlson. Salimakers is there as well. So plenty of threats. Orsolini bagged a hat-trick against Empoli. He's really finding his feet in the last season and a half. Someone that I would have been happy to have at Inter as a rotator, but you're probably going to pay overs for someone like that.
Orsolini was the one who scores against us in the Radu thing.
Probably Orsolini scores against everybody, and I'm pretty sure he scored against us as well. Yeah, there's no reason.
I still have his face celebrating against us that game. That I have nightmares about that game.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
That was our second star going from our hands.
It was, man. Thank you for bringing it up here again. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
19 goals for their efforts and the 10 competition points they've collected. They've only scored 6 goals all season. 3 of them have come from their number 7. 3 goals against to their 4. So they've done pretty well on the pitch at the moment. So big shout out to Bologna. If they can keep it going, they'll easily end up in their usual mid-table position. They could probably even finish in the bottom half this season, man. I don't see why
Because
not.
they are the kind of Robin Hood teams. Like they make really really hard to the big teams, but against the lesser ones, they drop stupid points. Like Sassuolo, like Torino. These teams are the nightmares of Inter. I don't know. Milan usually perform better against them, but Juventus also struggles with them. Juventus, Inter, really always struggle with that kind of teams.
Yeah.
Even Napoli at some point. Milan struggles more not against the mid tier, but the low tier teams like the Frosinones, the Leches, the Spals, the Spezias.
Yeah. Well, Thiago Motta, at the end of the day, is just going to make things a pain in the ass for us because it's the type of manager he is. I like the way he plays. I like his offensive play. I like his high pressure. I like his movement without the ball. I like everything about the way Thiago Motta plays football. And I think that eventually, if he can break through a decent promotion in Serie A or even a decent mid-table promotion overseas, then he'd be ready for a big club. But he's definitely the sort of manager where you don't want to see him sacrificed early. Like, say he has a good season with Bologna and then he goes and, like, this is all just hypothetical bullshit, you know. Like, say he goes and starts coaching Napoli next season because they're not happy with their manager. That's where he would flop. Or let's say
I think Lazio is his benchmark now. I think the Lazio team is his benchmark now. I think Sarri, this is the last season of Sarri in Lazio. I'm sure of it. Maybe he don't even finish the season.
You know what? I reckon that would be a perfect promotion and appointment for Thiago.
Yeah, and I think Lazio is like
Lazio or Roma whenever one of them eventually sacks their old manager.
Yeah, I think Mourinho is too expensive to sack. I don't know if they are going to do that. But I think Lazio could be that, like just between the top and the mid-tier teams, perfect for Mota before the great jump to, I don't know, Inter or whatever, or Juventus. I don't want him in Juventus. Like, I don't know, Napoli maybe.
Yeah, maybe
or like the Cherry.
It could be the easiest 6 competition points we ever get from Juve any season if Motta coaches there. He'll throw them under the bus completely for us, maybe. All right, Bologna gives me nightmares when we play them away, but when we usually smash them at home, I think we're coming off the back of 2 6-1s or at least 1 6-1 last season. Hopefully Turami's okay. He got a little injured, and maybe it's a good thing that next week it's international break. All our injured players might come back besides Arnautovic. Yes, but at the same time, hopefully too many of them don't get called on duty. Thuram doesn't usually get that many minutes for France, but that could all change after the form that he's in with us at the moment. So it's a
we need that Fratesi. We need that Fratesi. Fratesi is very needed. That midfield is very very tired. I can see Hakan have very bad games before this one. It was awesome. Mkhitaryan the same. Barella has been always at 50%. Maybe today he reached his 60-70%, but still, it's not the 100% Barella. Klaassen is still not really involved in the team. Aslan is having his minutes, but we need that quality in the bench, like Fratesi.
Yeah, I think everyone's generally agrees. Like the players just looked absolutely battered at the end of this game, and they're going to look even more tired after Bologna. So hopefully Fratesi is okay for minutes. Hopefully Cuadrado is okay for minutes, and hopefully we can have a game where, you know, it's a big difference just asking players to play 60 minutes. And, you know, we've got good reinforcements on the bench. If you're leading Bologna by 2 goals at the 60-minute mark, you can take Pavard out for Damian. That's not a problem. You can take any midfielder out for one of our bench midfielders. Once you go a couple of goals up, that's when you can look at a bench of this quality and say, come in for 25 minutes and do a job, because all of our bench players can do that sort of job. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Hopefully Alexis Sanchez comes a little bit better a little bit soon, but we'll talk about that another time because I actually need to head out in about 10 minutes. Franco, it was an absolute pleasure having you on. You brought so much quality to the channel. I want you to come on regularly. maybe fix just the echo a little bit in the room you're in. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's just a little bit echoey. Maybe it's the room or your headphones. I don't know. But other than
Yeah, that's
that,
because
yeah.
I'm not with a microphone. I'm just with a cell phone. But I can correct that.
No, thank you
So of
so much,
course
bro.
I would like to come back anytime soon.
Great quality conversation you brought to the channel, and thank you for your continuing support as a channel member as well. I appreciate it, brother. And we'll see you soon, yeah?
Bye bye Inter, bye bye Inter Worldwide, Forza Inter.
Forza Inter, Forza Franco. Ciao, brother. What an absolute G. What an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming on the channel, Franco. And thank you so much to everybody else that joined. We had a high of 29 people with us today, which was very, very nice. I slept awful last night. And it's really starting to catch up with me now after waking up for this game. I almost slept in. I almost said to myself, nah, it's Champions League. Don't worry. I'll just watch the replay back when I wake up. But then I also said to myself, it's Champions League, bro. Why would you watch the replay later when you wake up? Get your fat ass out of bed right now. Get Vince's fat ass out of bed right now. And let's do this. Bologna up next. Mattia is telling everyone to have a great one. I'm actually quite nervous after this chat. If there's one thing that Franco left me with, it was a lot of realistic pessimism going into this Bologna game still. So I might hit up Mattia, but I don't think he's going to. The whole idea of our little told you bro concept is that there has to be a big consensus between the both of us that, yes, this is going to be a slip. And I think that Mattia is confident of us doing the business at home. And I hope that he is right. Anyway, Forza Inter worldwide, 3 points in the Champions League. That deserves a drink a little bit later. All right.